Hey, I'm back with another video, except this time we are going to talk about Starfield. There are some interesting bugs and glitches that have popped out of nowhere for a majority of players. The biggest issue so far is that some have lost all their items, such as contraband, props, stuff like that, even weapons. Just to give a few examples, because right here you can see that it says, quote, "So Bethesda just effed me out of my couple of thousand pieces of armor/weaponry and miscellaneous items." And as you can tell, there's nothing here. There's zilch. Nada. He has nothing left. And what's interesting is that this has been going on for several players, if not a good portion of the player base, which probably is something to talk about, right? Because this should be fixed and it should be looked at. But honestly, Bethesda's kind of taking their time here. I know we received a new patch recently, which was relatively small, right? It was like 5.6 gigabytes. And what that would do is give you field of view, and it would fix a few stability issues and stuff like that. But nothing major when it comes down to bugs. I know that they did fix a quest, but again, nothing too major in terms of fixing something like this, which obviously, it should be looked at because that's pretty crap that someone would lose all their items. And again, as I mentioned, this is not just one player. If we take a look at the bottom here, you can see that this fella says, quote, "Yeah, this is a known issue. Basically, there's 2 or 3 maybe times that New Atlantis overworld gets reset. Once during the UC mission, questline, and once after some story spoilers." So if you have been experiencing this bug, there is a way to fix it. What I've been reading is that the only way to fully reset this so that you have your loot back is if you go towards the end of the campaign, right? You go towards Unity, then just start up a new game plus and everything should be fine from there. You should have your items back. The second game-breaking bug that's been going on is with Sarah. So let's say you have progressed through her storyline, you've built up a relationship. Eventually you will be able to receive a quest from her. This quest typically just involves you going around the map and talking to her and going towards various parts of the map. Now, there is a bug with it because right here it says, quote, 21 hours into the game and finishing up with In Memoriam quest. Part of the quest involves speaking to Sarah at the waterfall. I led Sarah to the waterfall and then attempt to speak to her, at which point it does not allow me to speak to her. The quest will not progress no matter what I do. I am unable to switch her out as a companion until the quest is over, so this bug is pretty much game breaking. Sarah's won't leave the lodge as well. Anybody have an idea on how to fix this? I've tried everything I can think of, but nothing works. And so here's the thing, there is actually a fix for this because someone commented down below and actually revealed some cool steps for you to follow. And it's quite simple. It says right here, quote, "For everyone, here's how to fix it. Reload the latest possible save. Unbind Sarah from your ship and wait long enough for her to come back to the lodge. Once you're sure that she's been in the lodge, reassign her to your ship and wait for her to leave the lodge. Be careful, you have to make sure there's nothing in the lodge she could get stuck at. Fourth step, once outside, talk to her. The same bug will happen, but this time she will walk away to the memorial. This will take some time and the camera will be stuck during the process. It's important that you only talk to her once she's outside, as otherwise the game will crash once she leaves the lodge. Once she arrives at the memorial, you will be able to end the conversation by talking to her. Once the conversation is over, everything will go back to normal." And there you go. Those are the simple steps. Of course, I'm only reading this so that if some of you are not able to read, I can just read it for you. And you do not have to try to use a translator for that. So that's how you do that part. And that should fix that issue. Moving on towards the third game-breaking bug. There is currently a bug out here where moons and planets can merge together, which can ultimately ruin your save, to where you may even need to wipe it like this fella. Right here he says, quote, "Had to wipe a 100+ hour game due to a game-breaking bug. This moon fused into the planet the Red Mile is on, and I cannot access to that planet. Hopefully no one else comes across this, at least for important planets." And you can tell right away that this is not normal. You have a moon that is merged right into this planet, and if you happen to experience this, you're pretty much done for. Like, there's really no way to recover from this. Now, there might be be a way to fix this. If you happen to have a save that's backed up, you can possibly load that, or possibly something through the cloud. I'm just trying to give a few ideas if you do have this issue. Continuing on towards number 4, this fella says, game breaking bug, or am I just dumb? So I'm doing the quest display of power for the strikers in Neon. I've completed all objectives, and now I have to return to the brig in Madame Sauvage. Problem is, the door is now locked and seemingly no way to open it. Anyone done this part? Question mark. This is fixable actually, because someone replied down below saying, quote, save game, shoot the person sitting outside of the door, hope they open the door from inside. If they don't, restart and try again. If they do, run back to your ship, fly to New Atlantis, fix the bounty at the viewport, in and to the left, go back to Madame Sauvage, and profit. So there you have it. This is going to be the fix for that problem, for that bug, let alone. So if you have been experiencing this, definitely follow each step and you should be able to fix that issue. Continuing on towards number 5. So now before I go any further here, I do want to say one thing is that this is going to contain some spoilers. So make sure that you do leave this video if you have yet to complete the campaign. Right here you can see that it says, quote, I might have screwed up in a game-breaking way. On the mission where you first have a conversation with the hunter and the emissary, I attacked them before leaving and then disabled their ship, boarded and attacked again. Didn't know they couldn't be killed, so I left them on the ground and flew away. Now I just left NASA with an objective to speak to the emissary, but he's not out for blood. I cannot talk to him. What the F do I do? Any advice? I can't progress. The fix for this is pretty simple. All you need to do is just exit outside of the NASA building. Do not engage with them and then open up your map and fast travel to your ship. By this time, if you do wait 24 hours 2 times, then exit your ship, you will be able to then go up to them and they should be approachable. They will not try to attack you or harm you in any way. And most likely, they should be friendly. Now, these are just some of the issues and bugs and glitches that a lot of us have been experiencing in Starfield. If you have happened to come across this bug or any of the bugs that I've mentioned in this video, or possibly some that I have not mentioned, comment down below. And if you happen to have a fix, definitely include that with the comment, because I want to try to help out everyone here that has been experiencing some sort of issue, because to be honest, it's kind of crappy to have this happen to us, especially with how great this game is. But, you know, with every game, and especially Bethesda, there's always going to be some really major game-breaking or devastating bugs that can pop up. It's one of those things that can happen. And this is nothing to knock Bethesda or any of the hard work that the developers have put the time into and all that good stuff. I'm not knocking them at all. I'm just saying that these things can happen, and it's a big game. It's a huge, massive game, so it's definitely going to happen. Anyways, I appreciate all the love and support. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I will be replying back within the first hour or two. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.